Hola, ¿cómo están, my compañeros? Here we are right here with the White House telling us more lies. No, I feel like they tell us quite a bit of truth, actually, but then they just mix it up with quite a bit of omissions. Regardless, the point I'm trying to make in this video right here is that this woman, she is the Secretary, Jennifer Granholm, she's the Secretary of Energy. She, around the 1 minute and 50-second mark, she indicates that they've been working on this since Friday. And then she quickly thinks to herself, and you can see her try to pull it back, say, no, but only since Friday night. Only since Friday night. We've only known about it since Friday night. And then I felt that was kind of suspicious, and I didn't really pay much mind to it until the next individual to get up there is the Secretary Mayorkas of Homeland Security, and the first thing he does is try to re-emphasize that Friday was the day that they figured out, and no sooner. Just a bit squirrely. Here, check it out.
The White House and the Department of Energy have been leading an interagency response to the Colonial Pipeline hack, and fortunately, the interagency response is bringing a lot of expertise and resources and authorities from across the federal government. We've been working around the clock since Friday to help Colonial Friday night when we learned, of course, to help Colonial return the.
So no big deal, right? It seems like I was caught by her body language, how she tries to pull it back.
And fortunately, the interagency response is bringing a lot of expertise and resources and authorities from across the federal government. We've been working around the clock since Friday to help Colonial Friday night when we learned, of course, to help Colonial.
When we learned, of course.
The federal government. We've been working around the clock since Friday to help Colonial Friday night when we learned, of course, to
Friday night when we learned, of course. Now we'll see Secretary Mayorkas get up. She speaks for 8 minutes. I don't know if they intended that or not, but she speaks for about 8 minutes exactly. And then Secretary Mayorkas gets up, and the first thing he happens to say is well, you'll see, he tries to reaffirm that pullback.
And as Ann Neuberger, who was here yesterday and told you, this administration is taking an all-hands-on-deck approach to enhancing our cyber defenses, and Secretary Mayorkas is here to tell us a bit about what he's doing on that front.
Thank you very much.
Look at that mask.
Mayorkas
he has two masks on. That's how smart that guy is. He's double smart.
Thank you very much, Secretary Granholm. And let me pick up on something that the Secretary said that I think is very important to emphasize. On Friday, this ransomware attack became public. Saturday morning, the President was briefed and immediately directed an all-of-government effort. And immediately...
She spoke for 8 minutes, and he got up and he said, I have something very important. I want to comment on something she just said. And he comments on something she said 8 minutes ago. It just caught me off guard. It made me really suspicious of what was going on Thursday and Friday morning. It seems as if it's obviously orchestrated. Obviously.
Thank you very much, Secretary Granholm. And let me pick up on something that
Let me pick up on something she just said 8 minutes ago, before she said everything else that she just said. It almost was non sequitorial, like a non sequitur, out of sequence. It was enough to catch me by surprise.
Secretary Granholm. Let me pick up on something that the Secretary said that I think is very important to emphasize. On Friday, this ransomware attack became public. Saturday.
It's such a strange way to put it. This ransomware attack became public. This is what's interesting to note is that the ransomware attack was on the IT side, And they said that it never passed over to the operating technology. So they said they shut down the pipeline preemptively. This is like almost like the lockdown. They did a preemptive shutdown of the pipeline. There was not a hack on the pipeline itself. They just shut the pipeline down because there might be one. And now they're running the pipeline, quote unquote, manually. They really think we're simpletons. And whenever they do situations like this where they say something, try to pull it back, and then try to be calm, cool, and collected, and try to reaffirm something that was said a long time ago. It seems a little bit squirrely.
Thank you very much, Secretary Granholm. And let me pick up on something that the Secretary said that I think is very important to emphasize. On Friday, this ransomware attack became public. Saturday morning, the president was briefed and immediately directed an all-of-government effort. And immediately...
He just lied because he said that the president was briefed after the public was made aware. He said the public was made aware and then the president was briefed. I don't know why he would be such a fibber. It's just a massive fib. It's a massive lie for him to try to imply that the president was briefed after the public was briefed. So it's obvious that they knew something prior to Friday, and they are desperate to not let you know.